Gutnay Ashi, Gash Kaspashi. I'm going to translate that for you know, knowing that there are a few people in the audience who don't understand the Kashmiri language. But the phrase is a very old phrase that we have in Kashmiri language, which says, if there was no darkness, how would you experience the light? Right? Exploring the unseen is what we are going to be talking about today. And I'm not going to lie to you, and tell you that I was not nervous, before I came on stage to talk to you about a topic which I believe is so important in all our lives, especially in the lives of the audience that is sitting right in front of me. Because when I look at you, and I see myself almost 22 years ago trying to explore the unseen. I'm going to have my talk a bit in English, bit in Kashmiri, so I'm going to make it a bit of a hybrid, if that's okay with everyone, right? I belong to Kashmir, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that I belong to this place which has so much of beauty, not just around us, but in essence, the people. Just before I came here and started talking, we spent like an hour together and I spent an hour together with my fellow speakers, and I started talking to them about what they felt. Some of them are here for the first time. Some of them have been here before, right? Some of them are really glad to see how things have progressed and how the environment over here is. But one thing that I did hear practically from all of them was they were mesmerized not just by the beauty of Kashmir as a place, but the beauty in the soul and the spirit of the people of Kashmir. Right? And in my opinion, that's a phenomenal takeaway for me. Right? I was really happy and glad to hear about that. Now let's come back to our subject of the day today, exploring the unseen. And when I was thinking about what to talk to you all about, I was a bit nervous. Will it be okay for me to actually just completely open myself up and speak from my heart? Because as the speaker before me said, that there are things in our past that we have done which we probably are not really glad and happy about. But then I said, I think that's the part of learning, right? I grew up in the I'm the 80s child, right? So I grew up in the 80s, went to school in Kashmir, went to Burn Hall, passed out of BISCO, and when I was in my 12th standard and I was studying in BISCO, I used to spend less of my time in BISCO and I used to spend more of my time in SP College. I don't know, a lot of people out there would relate to that, right? Relate to that analogy, right? But and the situation during those days was tough. It was a tough time when we were all growing up. And we had no clarity in terms of what we wanted or what we could do, what was out there available for us to explore. Right? And when I came out of that situation, one of my favorite authors and one of my favorite personalities that I've always admired is APJ Abdul Kalam. You call him the rocket man of India. The reason why I admire him is because if you read his books, you will realize everything that he has said for the youth of the nation is so critical in terms of building that community strongly. And there are 4 things that he had said, right, which made so much of difference, I believe, in my life. The first was, set a great aim for yourself. The second was, work hard. The third was, gain knowledge. And the third and the fourth important part was that deal with your failures. Have the perseverance and deal with all the failures that you will get in your life. Because life is not about dealing with success. I think success, any of us can deal with so easily. We're so happy when we are successful. But the real journey is when you learn to deal with your failures. When I started my career, I'm not going to dwell much on it. I passed out my school. I went to the college in Delhi. First year of college in Delhi, I realized Delhi is a different place than what Kashmir was, right? And I had to make sure that I do something wherein I am able to generate some revenue. So my first job was in a call center. I started my career with a call center. And I remember, a year down in my first job, I heard taunts from people, right? Hey, sketch karan, say call centers must come karan. Right? And I felt, it's normal for any of us to feel bad about it. And I did momentarily feel bad about it. I said to myself, maybe it's not a good enough job for me to do. But then I looked at it the other way. When I was working in that call center, I was learning from one of the greatest personalities that I admire till date. At that point in time, General Electricals had started their operations in India. And there was a gentleman by the name of Tyagarajan. And they used to fondly call him Tiger. And he actually was a tiger. Right? When I used to listen to him in town halls, I used to get mesmerized. You have that feeling when you look at somebody and you're like, wow, that was the feeling that I used to get when I used to listen to him. And I always used to think that, can I be something close to what he is? And then it used to remind me about what APJ used to say, right? Work hard, set up a goal for yourself. So I set up a goal for myself. I said, I want to make sure that I travel the world. And that's what I did. I worked hard enough to get myself a role, to be a leader in an organization across India, Middle East, Africa. I ended up traveling close to around 45 countries in the last 2 decades. Right? It's about how you deal with situations like that make you a successful person. When I was stepping in, and I was hearing, from the few of my other speakers, I heard that there were supposed to be slides in there, and I was quite nervous. I said, I don't have any slides. What am I going to do? I'm not going to put any slides in front of you because I don't think I have a pictorial thing about my life that I can tell you. And during the course of my life, I ended up meeting so many amazing people, some of the people that are in the speaker panel that I know about. And I feel so proud about what they have been able to achieve. And when you look at those people, you realize that the reason they've been able to achieve what they've been able to achieve is because they set themselves a goal, an aim. And they worked hard towards it. So all of you can do that. There's no exception to that. Never get boggled down by the unseen. The most important part, about the unseen is what you don't see offers you the opportunity to grow tremendously. How many of you have read Rumi? Any Rumi fans in the audience? Yeah. Rumi said, and I quote, "What you seek is seeking you." And every one of you out there has something that they can achieve and take it to the next levels. I want to leave you all with that thought in mind while you all build your lives, navigate through the challenges that you get, that irrespective of the circumstances that come your way, and I'm sure you have your near and dear ones praying for your success, right? And when I look at the entire student community that I'm addressing to right now, it makes me so happy. It makes me so happy because I see myself right where you are, back 20 years, right? And I hope that, as we live through, I'll continue to see all of you being successful in what you do, whatever you choose to do in your lives. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.